Hi, my name is Lauren Cancio, and this is my major project number 2 for Professor Adamson. I am so looking forward to sharing about my school. To begin, I wanted to start off with the Southland Schools umbrella marketing form that our marketing team has created, and it actually does a beautiful job with giving an overview of everything that pertains to Southlands as an organization. So we have SCSO Online Global Classroom, which is what I oversee, along with SSO Online Global Classroom. And if you notice, between the left and the right, we have Christ-centered education, where it comes with Bible studies and a Bible class for credit. And then on the right, we have secular education, which really just removes the Bible class option. We want to be all things to all people, and that's really extremely important to us. But what I'm going to be sharing today is SCSO and SSO. So something about SCSO and SSO is we're really truly an extension of our home site. Our home base, Southlands Christian Schools, has an over 40-year history of being an educational institution. So all of the excellence, all that our home base site is really what I desire to emulate for our online program. So a little bit about us, just to kind of give an overview, is we are a K through 12 online program. All of the curriculum providers that I have went ahead and had many of our teachers and stakeholders help me in the process are all Advanced Ed accredited, or now Cognia accredited. All of the high school content is also UC approved, and it meets the A through G requirements. So our heart is really truly to graduate students and get them into their dream university, but above and beyond is to really mold their character, because I'm getting very clear that my true desire is really investing into the learning and growing of my students, staff, parents, and other stakeholders. So a little bit of how the program is kind of compared. So for our online, we do have an online part-time, hybrid part-time, which is more of a blended learning where if students wanted to be at home for maybe their elective classes, doing an fully online course, they can also do some of their core courses on our campus in Rowland Heights. Of course, we have online only, full-time as well as hybrid. Our Cognia accreditation, our home base is WASC accredited. So I went ahead and took the time to kind of share what the advantages of being Cognia accredited. They are national, globally recognized accrediting body. So it really allows us to meet the needs of students for all that want to get into school or get into universities all around the world. So that was something that I wanted to take the time to share with my admin team because they were unaware of how great of an accreditation that is. A little bit more about our program is that it's flexible and affordable. We truly tailor to the student's schedule. We do have rolling enrollment, which means we can accept students all throughout the year. So typically when a student does start, I give them 18 weeks for one semester from when they begin and end. Of course, we can shorten the time since the online classes are we have an asynchronous model along with a synchronous model. So we are very flexible in being able to tailor to parents' needs and desires. Of course, it saves money on a commute since they are doing everything virtually at home. And all of our textbooks are included in our tuition except for some AP classes, which is also helpful when it comes to saving some money for parents. We have highly qualified and credentialed online and on-site support. So we provide mastery-based learning intervention, which I'll explain later. We train all of our teachers on the 5 P's of excellence. This is actually something I got in prayer when I was really thinking of how I want to train my teachers, and of course we have one-on-one tutoring services available. So the highly qualified teachers, the 5 P's, like I said, I was in prayer and these 5 words came to my heart. It was passionate, personal, prompt, purposeful, and professional. I really want not only my teachers, but me to model out to all staff, all my students, all families, that I'm passionate of what I'm doing, of how I'm serving, how I'm leading, personal in the way I communicate, prompt in responding to their needs, purposeful with creating very intentional ways to meet the needs of all stakeholders and professional, making sure that, I am very clear of my competence in who I am as a leader. So because I want to model this out, and this is who the attributes I desire my teachers to emulate, I make sure to model that out as well. Another part of our online program is it's accessible, so it's 100% online. So as long as they have Wi-Fi connection, they can learn anywhere at any time. They have direct communication with teachers, counseling services, and support. So we use actually right now Slack which is instant messaging, instant video chat, or even phone calls, which actually, protects my teachers' personal phone numbers, so they're able to really connect with the students right then and there. And of course, we have college and career preparation support as well, to help make sure students know exactly the steps that are needed to start the college application process. So a little bit about our demographics. We're actually very unique. We are a global classroom. We have actually made a lot of partnerships along the way. And if you can tell, the little, dots here on this map shows the different various partnerships. We have many in China. We have a South Korea partnership, and we have many others in the United States. So our heart is really to be able to partner with schools or learning labs or tutoring centers, and being able to give them support, whether it's professional development, training their teachers, or providing our teachers and being able to give their students more options. So I'll explain a little bit more about how these partnerships work, but it's been a lot of fun, a lot of moving pieces, a lot of support. Thankfully, I have a team that supports me in this. But yes, we are really, because it's online, you can really serve anyone around the world. So I'm going to go through the programs. I kind of just did an overview at the beginning, but I'm going to go to be more specific. So we do have a single course and diploma program. Of course, part-time students can take 2 to 3 classes at any time. A lot of what happens is students that need credit recovery will go ahead and take and retake a class. Full-time students, we give them a 7-class load in high school, and typically 6 is really what's needed, but we offer the 7. We're very clear that they don't have to take the full 7, but our heart is to be able to explore electives. We have over 200 plus electives they can choose from. So we definitely want to go ahead and ensure that they are, being able to explore and discover their passions. Learning lab support with live teachers. So that just means our teachers all have Zoom office hours, so they're able to go ahead and give students live support. U pathways. It's just pathways that has the U of the student in mind. So we have career technical electives, which basically will lead to a certification in a particular area. We have 23 different tracks of that. Right now, because we haven't had many students jump in on it, it actually takes a lot of time to embed internships and build relationships with various companies, but we are working on that. But it is something that we are so excited to offer for students that are interested. Once again, the Learning Bridge program is like credit recovery. We have tutorials, ACT, SAT, one-on-one tutoring services. This was also a summer camp that we launched this past summer of just kind of it's called FUEL, and it's an acronym for Fun, U Pathways, Enrichment, and a Learning Bridge program. And we plan to launch this again in 2021 summer. The tutoring program is something I am, very grateful that I embedded. Our tuition is a lower tuition, and all that it covers is, of course, the curriculum, the record keeping, the counseling that goes into it, the teacher behind all the courses. But of course, because it's the tuition begins with the asynchronous option as the cheapest one. So of course, the student doesn't get set times every day like a normal traditional class with the teacher. So in that, for those that do fall behind, some of our students, I have offered and have a tutoring program available for them. It is an extra cost, but parents know that it is available whenever the student does need extra support. So a little bit about our partnership. So this is actually one we have. It's called Camp of Champs Learning Center Partnership. We have made connections not just with Camp of Champions, but also with another team called Sports Logic. And we have a lot of athletes that are looking for this asynchronous option of learning, because it gives that flexibility to train whenever they need to. So this is also a big part of what we do, is making sure to meet the needs of athletes and coaches that want a more independent, personalized approach to education. So some academic achievement. So once again, we are an extension of our home base, but I am going to explain a little bit more of our home base like achievements, because in reality we're only a 1-year school, a 1-year-old school. We're not even at our 1 year until technically June of this summer. But some of our on-site is our middle school students are top 10% of the nation. We have 100% college acceptance within our high school. Every student in our high school gets into a college, which is really wonderful. And we've been able to bring in 5.7 million scholarships offered from Yale, Harvard, and many others. But to talk about our academic achievement within online, to be honest, I don't have a whole lot of data to pull. But what I do want to say is I've learned a lot from the last summer and this past semester, is how important it is for accountability. Being in your class as a 29-year-old adult, I know how to time manage. I know how to, plan my week out. High school students, middle school students don't. So what I have embedded is in the student contract that every student signs, they are accountable to having less than 5 missing assignments. And if they at all fall past that, they have to participate in our tutoring service. A new addition that I've been connecting with my teachers as well is having a mandatory block schedule with exit ticket participation, which I'm going to make as a mandatory for students that are on probation. And that is going to go ahead and give them a very structured way of going about their week, and there will be accountability attached to it. And we are believers of mastery-based learning, so our threshold is at 70%. So every assessment, our students do get a chance to redo and retake assessments, but at a certain point in time, if they don't do it well the second time, they are required to have an intervention with their teacher, which is wonderful to reiterate and refresh students on any learning gaps that they may have. Community and parent involvement. Well, I'm excited to say for the Coffee with the Principal, this was an idea that came up from your class. I actually went ahead and had marketing create something, and when parents click this, it actually takes them straight to my calendar and they can book an appointment with me. I'm really trying to grow in this area of communication, and something that's in the works. It's just Parent Square is a kind of pricey, and with us being a new school, we may need to wait till next year, but that is also something else I plan to embed as well. All right. Some character building as we close out, because this is very important to me and this is connected to community, is we do have a MOU signed with the Ambassadors of Compassion. It's a wonderful organization that's all about building resilience in teenagers, and it pertains to middle and high school, and they get to be with an adult that's a certified coach and helps them build character. And this to me is super important, along with community groups. We have a global friendships program where we can connect any of our online students with our on-site leadership students, and they're able to go ahead and build not just relationship, but leadership skills as well. I wanted to just go ahead and thank you, Professor Adamson, for this chance to be able to kind of overview my school. As you can tell, there's a lot of moving pieces, but I'm learning so much, and I'm so grateful for all that I'm learning about communication. It truly has been a blessing. I guess the greatest highlight for me is the one-on-one meetings with my teachers. It's been so enlightening for me to really learn how I can best support them and to get encouragement. I've heard from a lot of them saying how great of a job I've been doing thus far, but I'm so excited to grow, and I thank you again. Thank you so much for watching.